the reluctant hero trope. In other words, no, I really don't want to go on this adventure. Yeah, this is a trope that can be found in a lot of media. Sometimes it can actually make for a very interesting character. What if the lead character doesn't want to go on the adventure? What will cause them to eventually go on the adventure and then just explore that? But when it comes to TTRPGs like D&D, where the adventure is part of the story, the reluctant hero can become a bit of a problem. You see, when you're playing games like D&D or Pathfinder, it's generally expected that you're going to be making a character that will accept the adventure. This is a bit of metagaming, and I guess some instances can be seen as a bit of railroading, but it's also just a general expectation that you're going to make a character that will accept an adventure. It may not be the one that the DM originally had planned, but an adventure of some kind. This is what I usually like to call for players who make a character with a reason to adventure. Reluctant heroes can be very alluring. They can be a fun concept to explore, especially at the table. What will cause this hero to adventure? But there is where we also meet the rub. The DM needs to know. And this is the point where reluctant heroes can become a bit grating because, well, if we are stopping at every plot hook to debate the necessity to go on said adventure, the character stops being an interesting concept to explore and starts becoming a nuisance and disruptive. If you actually want a really solid example of a reluctant hero done well, I would actually posit Avum from the Winds of Calamity campaign here on the channel. When Avum started out in the campaign, he is actually incredibly reluctant and doesn't really want to go on these adventures. However, he had a baked-in reason to go on them in his twin sister, Sisri. Because of this, the debates was basically relegated to moments of roleplay between the twins, not necessarily the whole party. And we all knew that eventually it was going to lead to that Avon will be convinced to go on said adventure. And it really didn't happen all that often. So it led to a bit more comedy and characterization and less grating and a nuisance. The reluctant hero becomes the problem when there really is no solution. The character just feels like they are there to cause problems. And sometimes it can be put under the guise of being a flawed character, which is great. Make characters with flaws. But when the character is constantly stopping the campaign or sessions in order to debate the merits of going on said adventure, that's not a good character. That's a problem. Reluctant and flawed heroes can be really fun to explore and play, but you need to give them a reason to adventure. It can be incredibly small, and then, because they're reluctant and flawed, have them eventually morph and change over the course of the campaign and potentially maybe even accept their circumstance and just be willing to do it and see where everything goes. And who knows, maybe they can get the better end of the deal on things because they're heroes. So if you want to play one, go ahead and do so. Just talk to your party, talk to your dungeon master. That way you could all talk about reasons that would cause them to adventure, as well as even saying when these moments can't happen. So that way everyone is on board, everyone knows what to expect, and most likely you can lead to better results. But beyond that, I think it's worth giving a shot. It can definitely work in the right circumstances. So until next time, everyone, keep being awesome, keep rolling those dice.